Hello and welcome to day 5 of Staycation. Today is a relax day. After all the walking yesterday, we're basically home and yeah, just chilling at home. Currently got a wash on which should be done soon, so we need to hang that up and then probably do some baking, maybe make some sauces or the pasta sauces that we said we were going to make. But whilst we're waiting for the washing to finish, we're going to start uploading the photos that David took yesterday, and we're going to try Lightroom out for the first time as well. So we're going to do the free trial, see how that goes, get some practice in, because obviously we'll be wanting to use this next year when we get back from our trip. So yeah, that is the plan for today. I'll update you as and when. We've stopped for lunch. David's just dropping things. Stopped for some lunch. Not really done much because we had to update the iMac, which took forever. But we're having a bit of lunch now, and then we're ready to get on to Lightroom finally. We'll show you a little bit of that, but we're gonna we've not used it before, so. But having chicken nuggets for lunch from Iceland, our favourite. And David is going to try, what are they, Carolina Herrera?
Carolina Reaper.
It's not a clothing designer. Carolina Herrera. Yes.
So they don't smell spicy.
Me smell?
But I mean, I'm not a massive purveyor of the spice. And so these are probably going to hurt me. Well, I'm hoping they won't. Like, I'm just kind of making it more than it is.
Yeah, these are also from Iceland. So, was it Carolina?
Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper. Spice? Face, please. No turning from camera.
There's some spice to it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you crying yet?
No, not yet.
Woo! I have to kiss this later. I'm just shoved it all in there.
Hot.
Is that temperature hot? No.
It's not that bad yet. It's there's a mild burning sensation down the back there.
I guess once you eat more, you'll start feeling it more.
Yeah.
Got the lip sweats
I have a
already.
watery eye.
I'll show you the bag later. And progress.
Oh, there you go. Sniffing. Jesus. I'm not sweating. My mouth is on fire. Like it burns, man.
Dear.
It's
We
tingling
need some milk.
everywhere. Nah.
So we thought we'd show you Lightroom. Ignore the incessant drilling. This was when the lion was roaring. I couldn't get it on camera because by the time we got over there he stopped. And then when we left, he started up again.
Yeah.
So, I want to show just a quickity quick.
2 seconds. Let's go to
Popanimus.
actually. Should try Flamingo. I'm trying to find one I can actually edit.
So annoying.
Yeah, so yeah, so once you've imported everything, you
don't have to give a how-to, it's just a quick.
So there's different things you can do. So if your image is like really overexposed and it's really bright and stuff, you can kind of just bring that, slide it down a little bit. So if you look on, so I'm moving here, as you can see this bit here is what keeps changing. So my image, which is a little bit blown out here, if I just reduce the contrast slightly, you'll see you'll start to darken it a bit more. So
get a bit more definition.
Yeah, so you can, if I do that, there you go, so that's it, you can So this is with when it was normal, say about there.
Yeah.
And if I just bring it in a little bit, you just get a little bit more kind of feel to it, and then you can increase the contrast. Which, so if I throw it all the way on the other side, then you can see, so contrast, I guess it kind of makes it a bit grayer, kind of takes out some of the brightness.
Mm.
But then you always need a little bit of contrast.
Mm. Yeah, so you're just playing around with it.
Yeah, it's just sliders and stuff.
Yeah, it can take up a lot of time though.
Well, because we don't really know what we're doing with it, and I don't know, it's because my hand's quite blurry, because some images aren't exactly as steady as I want them to be. But overall, I think it's okay, and it's going right. So you can kind of see there that if I bump the contrast of that back up, so there's just a highlight to it, or you can basically cheat.
Yeah.
And you can do auto. That's what it believes
it should look like, but it's all personal preference at the end of the day. It's what you like the look of. So yes, that's what we've been doing. No baking or cooking yet, and it's 2:45.
Say hello to Stephanie.
Oh.
Stephanie.
What do you want?
We're going to put new wax melt in, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've mentioned those.
So we've been buying these.
I think I've mentioned it. The shop, like the first time we bought it.
Come on, focus. God damn it, focus. There we go. So this one is Art of Animation. Now we stayed there, but I don't remember there being a mango smell. Apparently this is mango.
No, I don't remember a smell either.
No, just a bit unusual. But we have had recently Magic Pie, if you'd like to focus. Oh my god. Anyway, not too close. Yeah, so Magic Pie, which is a win. Mad Hat's Tea Pie, which was really good, wasn't it? It was like scone with jam and strawberry and cream.
And the other two smell good as well.
Yeah, Ursula's like black currants and red berries, I think.
Yeah, berries.
And the other one is frozen pink lemonade, which we haven't tried yet either. But we're going to try this one.
Ones, because they don't have the smash bars.
Yes. So, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And we're going to make some tea that we had before. We were going to sit outside, but there's a lot of drilling and grinding from the builders and the housing thing opposite. And at the weekend we get the devil spawn next door screaming and shouting, but hopefully there won't be. So, yes.
Yes. Oh, this one's rolling around.
Of course it is.
Okay, there's my plate. Oops. So I've got jam and cream, and that's a champagne jam under there. And then this is the salted caramel with Nutella underneath. Best concoctions ever. That is the actual thing.
There's an element of vodka for this, which we forgot about.
Yeah. Yes, because when we first tried it, I was like, "There's some kind of weird taste to it, like something kind of zangy." And then we looked up and was like, "Oh, vodka, yeah, that makes sense." Yes, I have to try this on camera for you because you have to see how good it is. So good, so good. Oh yeah. So we are going to make our Chianti, or our tomato and Chianti pasta sauce. This is inspired by the Dolmio stir-in sauce that we used to buy years ago when we were living at my parents', which was basically Dolmio Chianti tomato sauce. It was so good. We have made it before and it is very, very good. But this time we are making more than the recipe we're using because we want to make a lot because we like to freeze it. The recipe we're using is for a red wine pasta sauce, but we're just using Chianti because that was what the sauce is, and these are all our ingredients to make it. So we've got our Chianti, our olive oil, pepper and salt. We're using 2 lots of whoopsie we're using 2 cartons of passata, and that is how many grams is this? 500 grams of passata. That's 1,000 or 1,000 grams.
1,000 grams, yeah, 2 times 500.
No, as in, would it be not a kilo? But and then we're using 4. The recipe calls for 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, so we're going to use 4. It wants a bit of sugar, which is you definitely need to offset the acidity. And then we've got oregano, which it calls for. Probably won't use thyme. And then chop up some basil. We're going to make it in this giant pot.
Any onions?
No onions. And that's it. So, let's get started. David is going to be the adder to this. So what we need to do, right, so we've just minced our garlic. We've minced about 4½ cloves. Just chopping up some basil. So the first thing we do is brown the garlic in a saucepan. Or pan.
Yeah, put it in there.
Yeah, we need to do it for about a minute.
Okay, it's not on very high at all.
No, but it's been on for a while. So it's 06 now. So we're doing it in this because all of this stuff's got to go in there. And originally I thought we'll just put it in a frying pan, but we can do it in this, can't we?
Yeah. I always wanted to use this more.
And then the next step is to add the next 5 ingredients, which is the tomato, tin tomato, the chopped basil, some sugar and some oregano. So we've just added everything else in there, the Chianti, the basil, etc. David wants to add some salt.
Yep. You went fly.
And we need to bring this to a boil now. And then once that's boiling, because we've put the Chianti in, so we need to reduce the alcohol. And then once that's done, we bring it to a simmer. And then it says to cook it for about 20 minutes. So I would say you probably need to cook it for double that, 40 minutes. Or until you're ready to...
Yeah, because last time...
At least 20 minutes.
Yeah, depends how thick you want the sauce.
Yeah, because we've got the lid somewhere, which we can put on top of it as well. But yeah, it needs to get to a boil.
Oh, okay.
Which is going to take a while because it's quite big and there's a lot of liquid in there. But yeah, that's it. It's really, really straightforward to do this.
It doesn't cost that much either.
No, it doesn't cost that much. I mean, we don't buy the expensive passata or the expensive tomatoes. We just get the Tesco brand, which is
like
cheap enough, tastes good.
Was that 40p per passata, like 40p per tomatoes?
And it is all fresh ingredients as well. You know, tin tomatoes aren't cheating.
No.
I don't think anyway. I put a tablespoon of sugar in because obviously it's a larger quantity. But yeah, it's just everything is fresh ingredients in there. It tastes really fresh as well. And then what we do is we basically measure out and we put them in these Ziploc bags or zip bags and put the date on there of when we made it and froze it, which is you normally the same date. And then yeah, put it in the freezer. And then when we want to basically have one of these sauces in the freezer, we just get a pot of boiling water on the stove and just put it in there. And how long does it take? About 4 or 5 minutes?
Yeah, I mean depending on
how much there is.
Submerge it. But yeah, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, we were putting it in a small pot, which probably wasn't the best idea. We need to put it in a large pot, but I think at the time the large pot was in use. So yeah, but that's it. I'll put in the description the recipe, and then I'll put it in for making a smaller batch, and then for this one you basically double it. So it doesn't call for passata, but we put passata in because it makes it more runny, like saucy.
Just gives it more substance. When you boil it thickens up anyway. And you add passata in, it will thicken really quickly and you have no sauce.
Yeah.
You're doing this for quantity. This is for like a week of cooking.
Yeah. So this should probably give us about at least 7-8 bags, I would say. Maybe if we can get 10. So that's 10 meals. So we just had a 20-minute timer done. It's getting thicker, but it's still a bit runny. So I think, what, another 20 minutes?
Easily, if not half an hour.
Yeah.
It's the passata, basically.
Yeah. Brilliant. So, back on the lid goes. Okay.
So we're just doing taste tests at the moment. We're adding some more sugar, some salt, some pepper, and just...
Yeah, so it was quite acidic, so we added a heaped teaspoon of sugar, put some pepper in, and it was good. With the acidity gone, but it needed a little bit extra, so we put a bit of salt in.
Barely, shush. Stop whinging.
Yeah, I think the salt's helped.
Yeah. So it's getting there. So we just put a bit more salt in, a bit more pepper, because there's so much tomato in there that it just needs the right level of seasoning just to cut it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, some more oregano. Oh yeah, it's changed a lot.
No more salt.
No.
I think it's there.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you can add to it, really.
Chianti's there. You can taste the salt and pepper. Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, it's done. So that took about an hour in total.
Yeah, big pot, so
yeah.
You know.
So we're gonna let that cool down for a bit, and then we'll probably start
batching out.
Yeah.
This used to be my cat.
What's she doing?
She's cuddling into you now.
I can't hold on to her. She's kicking my hand. I can't hold her butt. No, Betty, put the butt away. There we go.
You know, you used to be daddy's girl and you're complete mummy's girl nowadays.
Oh.
I picked you up, what, 10 minutes ago? You couldn't wait to get away from me. When did you stop loving me, cat? Hmm? When did you start hating me? Because you lie down with mummy all the time. Disgusting. Benny.
So it's a bit later. Hair has been washed, had a shower, and we're just about to, I was going to say plate up. Oh, excuse me. The sauce, but no, we're going to oh, what's the word? No, we're going to portion out the sauce, and it's looking pretty good as well. Hopefully you can see. So it's, yeah, it's still, it's nice and thick. It's also still a bit runny, but not massively so. So it should give a nice, good sauce.
That's how we wanted it, because last time it wasn't as runny. And we
Wasn't
both
as
said
much
that, you know, we'd do a bit more thing on it. So.
Yeah. So get the ladle out, little, and figure out how much we want to put, because I can't remember what we did. It was either 150 grams or 200 grams.
I think it was 250.
I think it was 200, yeah. That's 250 on the scales, so that's what you've got in there. Oh, battery's about to die.
You want to use one on the side?
Yeah, just pour it in for now.
So I don't spill it everywhere.
Yeah, sounds gross. Quick, quick, quick. So 250 looks like this in the bag. Yeah, I think that's more than enough.
So let's do that.
Yeah. Cool. Right. So we have managed to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 portions out of that ginormous pot. So that's 8 meals. And yeah, we literally just tried to scrape as much as we can. Probably could scrape more, but you know. This is what we usually buy, which is our sweet pepper sauce, Domio stir-in. This is 150 grams.
These are 100 grams more. Actually,
yeah.
one of them's 300 grams.
100 grams more. One of them's 300 grams because, yeah, it just wouldn't have made another one after 250. So we just thought, well, David said, sod it, do it.
So we would only pay about what, £2 for one of these? Or
when they're on offer,
for £3?
It's 2 for £3, and I think separately it's something like £1.80 or something like that.
About £2, I reckon. So
yeah,
I mean, in terms of, so yeah, you paid for that.
Yeah.
£6 whatever it was.
Well, the tins were about
35.
The tins were about, yeah, right, so let's round everything up. You can give or take that it will probably be a few pennies less, but the tins say they were 50p each. So that is
4, didn't we?
Yeah, 4, so that's
£2.
£2. Then we got 2 passatas, which they're about 50p each as well, or are they about 70?
No, about 50p.
Yeah, so that's £1, so that's £3.
Yeah.
Plus £6 for the wine, that's £9.
Basil.
Basil.
It's about 70p for basil.
Yeah, so say £1 for basil. So
£9.70.
£10.
Yeah.
And then it's 50p to how much are these?
I mean, that was like £1 or 4 garlic. So.
Oh, well, I know the individual garlic's about 50p, so that's £10.50. And then what else did we put? And then your herbs and
Which
stuff.
we had in the cupboard anyway.
We had it in the cupboard anyway, but I think on their own they're about between £1.50 and £2,
yeah,
not even £2.
I wouldn't even include them in
but
this,
I would say this whole thing cost about
£13.
Yeah, about £12 in total to make, and that will get you 8 meals. I mean, obviously you need to have your pasta and your protein or your extra vegetables if you want to make, but it's fairly cheap.
So if you were buying this at full, let's say this is £2 at full price, and you get 8 of those would be £16, and it's full of, I mean, obviously there's, you know,
It's got all the stuff in it.
Pieces in it.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's massively cheap for making it yourself. I guess it depends on where you're buying, what you're shopping, you bulk buy ingredients and that kind of thing. But it tastes fresher, and it does taste a lot nicer, I found.
What I like about it is that it's all tinned stuff. It's not all. I mean, it is fresh, but it's not. I have to go out and get tomatoes and chop them up. So, you know, you can stock up on all this tin stuff. I mean, just do it with one off and then just make every few weekends or whatever.
Also, the fact that we made it 100 grams more than what's in this.
Oh yeah,
so
it's 100 grams more, yeah.
So yeah, it works out cheaper doing it, and to be honest, it's quite fun to do. It's nice to actually, when you're doing it, you know, as chefs always say, taste. So you just taste it, or you think you might need a bit more of that, and then you just add things to kind of get it right to what you like. Yeah. You know, which is nice.
Yeah. So that's our sauce. And we're probably done for the rest of today, so we will see you in the morning, because we are going to Canterbury tomorrow and I will be vlogging that, so see you in the morning.
Subscribe.
So we are in Canterbury. David is very happy because he has, quick, copyright.